All right, also Noops Nation. My name is Reed Nelson. This is Izzy Alkafas. This is This Week in Rec, Elite 8 edition. Freeballers, Guerrillas, Rebels, Big Smash. Your four Final Four teams. Freeballers, the only team that has never been to a Final Four. We'll get to them in a moment. We'll start it out with the 6:30 game. The 10th-seeded Rebels easily handled the 15th-seeded Goodfellas. They just swarmed them on defense all night long. The Goodfellas shot 27% from the field, 25% from the three-point line. The Rebels are they're just on point. They're always on point this time of the season. Jansen has 22 points. It was a 16-point win for the Rebels. Felt like more.
Yeah, it was.
It just felt like more. Talk about the game.
Yeah, I walked in a little after halftime, and it was like a 20-point game. Yeah, this is when the Rebels turn it on, and they got Paul back, and it completely changes their team, 100%. He adds that paint. Kloby's big, but he's really not a shot blocker. He's not a guy that can get to one block to the other and pin your shot against the backboard, starting on the other block, where Paul can. He's an eraser. So having him back, it's not a surprise that they're here. I mean, they're a finals team. They're a championship team. They won it last season with the same team. And now they get Cody back.
Yeah, so Cody will be back on Wednesday.
Correct.
Okay, Wednesday's games are in Bloomington. Just wanted to plug that in there. Okay, they will play Big Smash. Now, the Big Smash Rebels rivalry is an interesting one. That was the Pat Magnuson broken ankle game that I believe if we go back and look at the tape, you said that I think that the Rebels would win by like 30, 35. And Big Smash won. Big Smash wins 61-51 over the 22nd seeded UANO. Big Smash was only 2 of 19 from the three-point line. Hazen at 21 points on 44% shooting. No Storm Graham, no Jim Marquardt. Big Smash did not play well, but they got the win. I mean, you look at the stats again, 2 for 19 from the three-point line. Just not a good game for them, but they advanced to play the Rebels. Talk about this game.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. UANO was up early, 19-7. Arsenio, probably some of the worst defense I've ever seen somebody play in a playoff game. He was like he probably just should have had a red cape that he was just pulling up, and then the guys just going back, and then he'd be like. And it's like, no, Arsenio, that you at least gotta try. So love Arsenio, one of the best guys in the league, but his defense was atrocious, and he was trying to pin it on other people. Like he was just trying to find somebody. It was him. It was his fault. It's like, no, Arsenio, you were isolated in one side of the court, and you just got blown by. But they were up when that happened. This is how you knew Big Smash was they were going to come back and win. That play happened, and you see Greg and Glenn making fun of Arsenio and then laughing. So it's like they're down 12 in a playoff game, getting absolutely their ass kicked for the first 7-8 minutes of this game, and they think it's funny that he just got blown by. So you knew at some point in time they were going to start hammering back and win that game. I mean, that said it all. That moment, once I saw it, I'm like, yeah, they haven't really started to click yet. So, and UANO started off great. They play such good team ball. They move the ball around. Big Smash does not move the ball around. They try to find the mismatch, and they just give them the ball and just watch. So, tough loss for UANO. If Storm is here, they win, or Jim, they win, just because Big Smash probably wouldn't have been able to really finish their comeback with those guys closing out the game. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good win, I guess, but they still won from UANO tonight.
So, Big Smash won summer 2014. They will play the Rebels in the Final Four, who won winter 2015. So, there's quite a bit of recent history here in the Final Four. How many do you have the Rebels, or how many points do you have the Rebels winning by?
I think Big Smash won in 2013, summer of 2013.
No, it was 2014. It was last summer.
Just this last summer?
Mm-hmm.
They won 4 seasons ago?
Yes.
Okay.
I was, again, intimately involved in that as well.
Yeah, you were. You like the black meat.
I think 1 minute in that championship game really turned the tables.
Who turns you on that team? Who's the guy that makes it intimate with you?
I mean, I wouldn't say he turns me on, but I'm a big Glenn Fair fan.
Yeah, you are.
Big Glenn Fair.
Who wouldn't be? I like Glenn too.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's one of the best.
Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, prediction: Rebels versus Big Smash. Back at it. Good.
You're turning red, Reed.
Goody told me yesterday that we need to put a little TVMA LSV sticker on the thing because he was listening to it with his kids in the room, and he's like, he had to put the earmuffs on them. So okay, who do you got? Why?
Big Smash, they're screwed. They're so screwed. This is going to be a absolute rout.
I don't buy that for a second.
It's an absolute rout.
No.
Yes, it's going to be an absolute rout. Big Smash don't take the game seriously enough, especially to start. They don't play well as a team. They implode. Like, they were yelling at each other. Somebody was taking a free throw. I don't remember who it was. And you have Mike, Sonny, Arsenio, and Kevin Kraft just having an argument. Just in the corner here. 2 guys on the bench, 2 guys on the court. And there's maybe 10 minutes left in the game. Against the Rebels, it's not going to work. It works against UANO because they just didn't have, they didn't have Jim, they didn't have Storm, they didn't have their full roster. They play like they did tonight. They're going to lose by 25, 30 points. It's going to get ugly. And they can't shoot. So they don't really have shooters. Arsenio was launching balls over he was like 3 feet over.
2 of 19 for the team.
Mike couldn't make a three. Greg was missing. Did they play at 6:30? Who played at 6:30 for them?
Rebels.
No.
Oh.
It opened. Did they have Arsenio on that team?
No. Glenn and Greg played over at St. Louis Park at 6:30.
Arsenio played a game today at some point in time because he did not look like he was 100%.
Pigeon life, man. He's always flying around.
Pigeon life. Yeah, so they struggled. I just don't see how they beat the Rebels. I just don't see it.
I have the Rebels as well, but I don't have them in a rout. I think it'll be a close game. Buzzer beater. Paul Ferber half-court shot. Puts it in. Okay. Freeballers continue their torrid streak pace. Here's interesting. I did a little checking here. They only shot 46% to the Pigeons' 39%. I was under the impression they shot like 88%, but 46%. Aaron Daniels gets hurt early. He has 0 points. He just tweaked his ankle, but he had to play. Blair's on a bad shoulder. 42-22. The Freeballers out-rebounded the Pigeons. 16-2 offensive rebounds. I mean, you're not going to beat anybody giving up 16 offensive rebounds and only pulling down 2 of your own. But you're also not going to beat anybody when Anthony Parker continues 25 points, 65% shooting. I mean, what am I missing? Like, this was Duke, right? This was the original Duke guy?
Yeah.
Is that what we used to call him?
Yeah, this is Duke.
Oh, my gosh. He's insane. I mean, there was a half-court alley-oop that was thrown to him. He picks it off mid-air. He flicks it up at the rim, and it just drops in. Like effortless, like LeBron. It's just stupid. So, yeah, the Freeballers, they played really well tonight. They dominated. They won by 21, not by like 25, like you said. Thoughts on this game?
It wasn't really a game.
It really wasn't.
No, I said 25 points. It was 25, 30 points most of the way. They gave a couple buckets at the end to make it 21. Not surprising whatsoever. Anthony Parker dominated. He's hitting fadeaways. He's a grown man. And the Pigeons had nobody that can guard him. Aaron Daniels faked the injury, so he didn't have to play against him.
No, he didn't. I saw it. I saw him go down.
I saw him go down too, but anyways. I mean, sorry, Aaron. I think you faked that one. I would too. I would have concussion-like symptoms. I would just be, get me out. But He's just a force. He's a cop. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He's a cop. Do you think he pulls people over, cuffs them, and then just crosses them up over and just dunks on them over their car?
He told me he's not coming next week. He's like, I've got a kid coming. I'm too tired. I think he was kidding, but
I hope that baby is born Wednesday morning.
He's a cop. Interesting. I hope if I ever get pulled over, that I can be, hey, Anthony.
What we're really planning on doing. I'm gonna plant some crack cocaine, potentially probably on one of my own teammates because he probably won't arrest one of his teammates. Maybe Pinkett, that's believable. He's going to come with crack cocaine.
You have to arrest
He's
him.
going to have to arrest him, so he's got to
write
do
a
the
report.
paperwork and the whole thing. So Pink's going to take one for the team, and we're going to try to make the championship. Hopefully we'll just bail him out for one game. He'll serve his 6 to 8 months in jail, and we'll get him in for winter 2016.
TVMALSV. Okay, Guerrillas handle the Bulls. Really no close games tonight. I was hoping the Bulls would make it a match. They didn't. Interesting run at the end of the game. It's like you guys are up 18, then all of a sudden you're up 6 or something like that. Talk about the game as a whole.
Couldn't guard Chris, like we said. They have nobody that can guard Chris. D'Angelo's on him. It's not fair. D'Angelo's like 56.
I think he's 40.
40. So he's 40. Chris is 30, and Chris is really good. So it's not really fair for D'Angelo. D'Angelo's a hell of a player. 3 years ago, he's locked down. I mean, he put on a little bit of weight. He's not in the best shape. So Chris took advantage early. Their defense was really subpar. Our defense was really good to start that game. Helmy played fantastic defense. He was active. He boxed out. We all crashed boards. It was a total team effort. We were up 25 at one point. And then in the second half, we just kind of started missing layups and turning the ball over, just kind of getting lax. They started putting the pressure on. I called the timeout a little too late. Once we called the timeout, we regrouped and we took care of business. But that game should have been nowhere near a 6-point game. I mean, that was a blowout the whole way. It should have been at least.
Okay, so Guerrillas, Freeballers. Now, Billy Elwell will play for the Freeballers. That's his team, I imagine. Is that what you're hearing as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a loss for you guys, obviously. Is it enough of a loss? Is it enough of a loss to tip the scales in the Freeballers' favor?
It's a huge loss. I mean, he's the glue.
I thought Pinkett was the glue.
Well, Pinkett is like our defense. I mean, Pinkett's also a glue guy, but Billy's a glue guy. I mean, they're both, I would consider both those guys glue guys. Billy isn't a glue guy, but on our team, he just kind of, here's the thing with Pinkett, he's like a defensive specialist. He's a great passer, but Billy is, we could put him on offense, and he can score for us. We can put him on defense, and he can play some great defense. So he's kind of on both. He's like a hybrid player for us. He does it on both ends. Here's the thing. If Billy joins the Freeballers and, the Guerrillas end up losing, hypothetically, it would be a travesty just because Guerrillas are 10-0 at this point. They've pretty much dominated the regular season outside of a couple games. They got stuck with Bulls North, so they had to deal with Rod in the first game. They got the Bulls South in the second game. Then we get the Freeballers without Billy. If we win that game and then we play the Rebels, I mean, that is probably the hardest road of any one seed ever. And if we somehow, don't get the opportunity to play Rebels because Big Smash isn't going to win, that'd be tough because I'd love to see another Rebels-Guerrillas game. But the Guerrillas are definitely earning their championship if they get it. Speaking ahead here, but if they somehow make it and they win the championship, it'll be a very impressive win, kind of dealing with what we've dealt with, considering some of these other teams are getting forfeits, playing against UANO. No offense to UANO. It's just you don't want the 1 seed this. I would have much rather had the 4 seed.
Yeah, of course you would. What is your prediction?
I'm going with. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna go Freeballers. I think the Freeballers might be able to pull it off. I think they're young. They're hungry. Billy's swaying it. I think he kind of sways the game a little bit. I think the Freeballers. I think it's a toss-up game, but I'm gonna go with the Freeballers.
Well, I told him, I said, I love seeing new teams in the Final Four, so I love seeing the Freeballers there. The Big Smash has only been in the Final Four, I think, twice now. So this will be their third trip, so good to see them as well. The Guerrillas and the Rebels have been in the Final Four more times than I can count. So, although the Guerrillas lost in the first round last year, didn't they? After winning the championship the season before. They lost in the Sweet 16 last year. Yeah. Okay, so here's the question. Hindsight is, of course, 2020. We've got a 1 seed, a 10 seed. The Rebels are a 10 seed. A 12 seed in the Freeballers and a 19 seed in Big Smash. If you go back to last Thursday night, based on, forget their resumes, based on just rosters, where do these 4 teams rank in the top 32 of this season's Ultimate Hoops Rec Spring 2015?
Guerrillas 1, Rebels 2, Freeballers 3, and Big Smash somewhere between 10 and 12.
You would have put Freeballers at 3.
Here's why. Anthony Parker missed the last 4 games of the season. If he plays those 4 games, they probably go 7-1 in the season, right? If Paul doesn't get suspended, the Rebels are probably going 6-2, 7-1. In my mind, they're the 3 best teams in both leagues combined. I think they're clearly ahead of the rest of the teams. Big Smash, like I said, they're probably the 10th to 12th best team, maybe even worse than that. So, yeah, I'd say 10 to 12, but 1, 2, 3, and like 10 to 12.
So we've said this before. This time of year, you need size. The Rebels showed that. The Guerrillas showed that. Big Smash showed that tonight. The Freeballers don't have a lot of size. Anthony Parker's their biggest player.
Well,
Xavier's big, but he's not. I mean, we're not talking big. So can they win a Gold Cup with that roster? They're not big.
You drunk?
The Freeballers are not a big team. They're just not. Not when you put them up against the Rebels, Kloby and Ferber.
Are you talking? I don't know. Are you talking intimate big, or are you talking big size?
Big size.
No, because Billy's long. He can play big. You got Anthony Parker. Ryan Robbins got super long arms. He's kind of like he's a rich man's Josh Hansen. You have Zip, who plays big. He's a very good defender. Yeah, that's 4 guys, and then Stuve can jump out of the gym for a guy of his age, and I mean he's a strong guy. He can play. They're really only small guys. Jake and the other number 17. I don't even know his name.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby. So everybody else can play big. I mean, sure they're not Kloby big, but all you need is Anthony Parker and then other guys. Zip can guard Ferber and take him off the glass. Zip can guard these other any big man and keep him off the glass. He's got a big body. He's strong. He's lost some weight, but he's still got a nice healthy caboose on him, and they're definitely not a small team. And they rebound the hell out of the basketball.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're small, but they're not your prototypical. I mean, they're not as big as the Rebels. I think they'd struggle against the Rebels a bit. But then again, everybody struggles against the Rebels.
Okay, so who's big on the Rebels?
Kloby.
Okay.
Ferber.
Okay.
Jansen.
So Jansen's big, but Zip is not big?
I mean, you make a good point.
Thank you.
I walked into that one by saying Jansen. Kloby, Ferber, Eppel. I mean, how tall is Parker? 6'3"? He's their tallest player.
6'3", 6'4".
So I guess I'm just talking literal height here. Their tallest player is 6'3".
Well, Paul is
Xavier's 6'2", 6'5".
No, he's not 6'5".
We'll get a measuring tape out. So, okay. So, good talk. Good chat. Next Wednesday, I'm excited. Any parting thoughts?
No, I think it's been some lopsided games. I mean, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final. There has not been a single game outside of there was one. No, there wasn't a single game all postseason that came down in the last possession.
Well, Malice and Pigeons.
Was that the last possession?
Yeah,
for the time.
Devin at a tie.
Yep. So that's the one game.
Just one.
No other game was really close.
That happens. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this has been. People talk about this. I had a conversation with Garland. He was telling me that somehow the league 5-6 years ago, when he first came in, was better. He's out of his mind. I mean, there's 16, 17 teams that you are legitimately afraid of. 18. I mean, them is the 22 seed, 21 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, and them is a solid team. You have Big Smash, 19?
Yep.
You have Op constantly.
Rebels at 10?
Rebels at 10. I mean,
Miller Time Bulls was my favorite game. Oh, it was so close. They almost had them.
That was the game. I mean, that game came down to the wire. But I mean, the league is so deep now, and hopefully we can
balanced too.
Yes. Hopefully we can keep this up. I hear there's some teams a lot of teams bowing out for summer. So
I haven't heard that. I've heard of just one team so far.
I've heard of like 3. I heard tonight about 4 or 5 teams.
Well, they say that now, but in about 3 weeks, you start getting that itch again. So we had 32 in the spring. We were kind of spoiled. You know, even if we land 28, 29, 30, I'd feel good about that.
I'm going to say we're going to be at 24.
Oh, I don't think so. All right, we'll see you on Wednesday.